Breaking news. The moon has announced it's taking a vacation, leaving the sun in charge of night shifts until further notice. Astronomers say the moon left a polite note taped to the Milky Way, saying it's off to recharge on Saturn's rings. The sun, meanwhile, is reportedly grumpy about pulling overtime and has promised to shine a little dimmer at night so people can still sleep. Officials assure us the moon will return, but until then, nights may look suspiciously like afternoons. Good evening, and welcome to the Dream News. Tonight's program comes to you directly from the edge of sleep and the middle of imagination. If you'd like more curious and outlandish stories to drift off with, don't forget to subscribe. Sweet dreams are, as always, just one headline away. In local news, commuters were delayed this morning when a flock of pillows blocked the main highway. Witnesses say the pillows drifted in from the east, forming a soft and fluffy barricade across all lanes. Drivers reported that their cars became so comfortable, many simply reclined their seats and took naps instead of honking. Traffic officers tried to clear the road, but were quickly overcome by drowsiness. Eventually, the pillows multiplied into a mountain of feathers, creating what some are calling the nation's first highway slumber party. Officials now recommend bringing pajamas in case of future pillow pileups. Sports update. The annual Cloud Hopping Championship came to an abrupt end today when every cloud in the arena drifted away mid-match. Athletes dressed in spring-loaded shoes were left bouncing in place as the crowd booed the disappearing sky. Officials begged the clouds to return, but the Sky Union issued a statement. We deserve more appreciation and free lightning insurance. Fans were disappointed, but many agreed the sight of players dangling in midair was worth the price of admission. Organizers promised to resume the event next year, assuming the clouds negotiate better conditions, including snacks during halftime. Economy report. Laughter has officially replaced money as the world's main currency. Banks now echo with giggles instead of coins, and ATMs dispense knock-knock jokes instead of cash. Economists say hearty belly laughs are now valued highest, while groans from bad puns are considered nearly worthless. Paychecks arrive in punchlines, and stand-up comedians have entered the billionaire class overnight. Meanwhile, serious debates in Congress are constantly interrupted by people trying to sneak in a witty remark for profit. Experts warn of inflation. Too much laughter could crash the system, but most agree it's the happiest economy in history. Weather alert. A rainbow has melted across downtown, leaving sidewalks coated in rivers of red, orange, and violet. Witnesses describe the spectacle as beautiful but slippery, with pedestrians skating across blue streaks and cars hydroplaning through puddles of green. Children rushed out with buckets to collect dripping colors, while artists declared it the greatest pigment sale in history. Meteorologists say the rainbow was simply tired of holding itself together after a long week of rain. Though cleanup crews are struggling, residents don't seem to mind. The entire city is glowing like a surreal watercolor painting at sunset. Authorities confirm that all escalators now lead directly into outer space. What began as routine rides to shopping mall food courts turned into unexpected journeys past satellites and the International Space Station. Some escalators stop briefly on the moon for a snack break, while others continue indefinitely into the stars. Passengers are encouraged to pack oxygen and bring snacks, as trips may last longer than expected. Engineers insist the escalators are perfectly safe, though staircases across the country have lodged official complaints demanding equal access to galaxies. Citizens are advised to hold the handrails and enjoy the cosmic view. Scientists have announced that gravity will be closed for repairs this Thursday, marking the first maintenance shutdown in billions of years. Without it, objects are expected to float away, including cars, sandwiches, and small pets. Citizens are advised to carry heavy backpacks to remain grounded, though some adventurous individuals are already planning balloon picnics in the sky. Airlines have canceled flights, noting that passengers will be able to drift to their destinations for free. Experts warn of mild chaos, but predict breathtaking views as entire neighborhoods rise like balloons. Gravity is expected to return by Friday afternoon. Breaking political news. A cat has been elected president after hypnotizing voters with its steady purring and piercing green eyes. The feline leader, known as Mr. Whiskers, ran on a platform promising longer nap times, mandatory sunbeam access, and universal toy mouse distribution. Critics argue the election was unfair, as polling stations were lined with scratching posts. Supporters, however, say the nation has never been more content, though fur now covers all government chairs. The cat's first executive order? Replacing all speeches with gentle meows, followed by a mandatory 6-hour national nap. Approval ratings are currently at 99%. A giant rubber duck has opened its own art museum. Towering above the skyline, the duck greets visitors with a cheerful squeak before guiding them inside. Admission is payable only in breadcrumbs, though premium tickets can be purchased with soggy toast. Inside, guests find paintings of bath time adventures, sculptures of soap bubbles, and an interactive pond where toy frogs host philosophy lectures. Attendance numbers are already breaking records, though critics insist the museum is too quacky to be serious. The duck, of course, is unbothered and insists its next exhibit will be entirely underwater. Local rivers are now flowing with lemonade instead of water. Residents report a pleasant citrus scent drifting through towns, though dentists have warned of catastrophic cavity levels. Children have taken to fishing with straws, while adults debate whether it's acceptable to fill swimming pools with the new supply. Environmentalists worry about what this means for the fish, but early reports suggest they've developed a taste for the sweet, fizzy currents. Authorities recommend against drinking directly from the riverbanks, but lemonade stands across the city have gone out of business overnight. Forecasts suggest orange soda may be next. Experts confirm that socks are disappearing into an alternate universe. What was once dismissed as a household mystery is now officially classified as interdimensional laundry leakage. Scientists explain that every washing machine contains a small rift in space-time, funneling socks into a parallel reality. This new world described as warm, cottony, and slightly mismatched, is believed to be ruled by a supreme oversock. While some citizens mourn their missing pairs, others are comforted by the idea that their striped and polka-dotted friends are living adventurous new lives. Appliance companies promise updated models with portal-proof settings next year. Breaking news. Clouds have started charging rent to birds. According to avian spokespeople, the rates are steep, especially for premium spots with sunrise views. Some birds have begun couch surfing in trees, while others are considering migrating to cheaper skies. The cloud landlords defend their decision, claiming centuries of unpaid occupancy. Meteorologists warn that angry storms may now be billed as eviction notices. Bird unions are already planning protests, though most involve simply flying in circles until dizzy. Citizens are encouraged to offer spare rooftops as temporary housing, while negotiations continue in the stratosphere. Earth's rotation has been rescheduled for later this week. Officials explain the planet needs a brief pause for essential maintenance and fine-tuning. Until then, days and nights will run on an unpredictable shuffle mode, leaving citizens unsure whether to pack sunglasses or pajamas. Schools have canceled classes, citing time instability, while farmers complain their crops are growing confused. Astronomers reassure the public that Earth will resume spinning as soon as its bearings are lubricated, but warn there may be slight squeaking noises during sunrise. People are advised to nap frequently, since time itself is running on dream logic. The Milky Way has rebranded itself as the Oat Milk Way. Galactic spoke stars said the decision reflects a more modern and dairy-free image. Billboards across the cosmos now read, "Creamy, dreamy, cosmic." Traditionalists argue the name change erases billions of years of history, while influencers celebrate it as the galaxy going plant-based. Astronomers confirm the stars remain exactly the same, though some report a subtle nutty aftertaste when gazing upward. Neighboring galaxies are now considering similar moves, with Andromeda rumored to rebrand as Almondromeda. For now, stargazers are encouraged to enjoy the universe with a splash of foam. Trees have gone on strike, refusing to grow leaves until autumn is canceled. Forests across the globe now standing bare, holding up tiny protest signs carved into their bark. Their demands include longer springtimes, fewer squirrels, and official recognition as oxygen professionals. Park rangers tried offering fertilizer as a peace gesture, but the trees rustled angrily in response. Scientists warn that air quality may suffer, though picnickers appreciate the extra sunlight. Negotiations are ongoing, with whispers that the trees may accept a compromise. Unlimited bird nesting rights in exchange for resuming photosynthesis. Citizens are asked to remain patient. An entire city has been replaced by a giant board game. Residents awoke to find their homes turned into dice, their streets into checkerboards, and their buses into playing pieces. Movement is now determined by rolls of a six-sided die, causing morning commutes to stretch unpredictably from minutes to hours. While some complain about the chaos, others delight in the new system, with families competing to reach grocery stores before being sent back 3 spaces. Real estate markets are in turmoil, as property deeds now include cards reading "Advance directly to jail." Citizens are advised to play carefully. A new law requires all citizens to float 1 foot above the ground on Tuesdays. Authorities claim the measure will reduce wear and tear on sidewalks, though skeptics argue it's simply a distraction from larger issues. Special anti-gravity boots have sold out nationwide, and yoga instructors have declared it a day of ultimate balance. Reports confirm that pets are adapting quickly, with cats already perfecting elegant Tuesday leaps. Critics complain about spilled drinks, tangled shoelaces, and awkward greetings in midair. Still, supporters insist floating day adds a little lightness to life, both literally and metaphorically. Reports confirm the sky is downloading a new update. Observers noticed progress bars forming along the horizon, with occasional buffering circles near the sun. Meteorologists warn there may be temporary glitches, such as upside-down rain or duplicate moons. Early patch notes promise brighter sunsets, improved shooting star speeds, and optional aurora wallpapers. Citizens are advised not to unplug the atmosphere during installation, as this could cause serious lag in daylight hours. While no official timeline has been given, experts say the update will finish soonish. Until then, everyone is encouraged to enjoy the beta version of tomorrow's sky. Breaking news. The sun has posted a "Do Not Disturb" sign. Observers report the glowing note taped across its surface, politely asking Earth to keep the noise down. Astronomers say the sun simply wants a nap after billions of years of nonstop burning. Farmers are worried about crop schedules, while night shift workers celebrate the unexpected darkness. Authorities recommend citizens carry lanterns, but stargazers insist the Milky Way looks brighter than ever. Rumors suggest the moon is behind the prank, though it denies responsibility. For now, the solar system is quieter, as the sun enjoys a rare moment of peace. A new traffic rule requires all cars to honk in musical scales. Drivers now practice their C majors and G minors during rush hour, turning gridlock into spontaneous concerts. Police have begun issuing tickets for off-key honking, while orchestras praise the measure as a boost to public music education. Pedestrians report mixed feelings. Some enjoy hearing symphonies on the street, while others find it difficult to cross when trapped in a dramatic crescendo. Car manufacturers are already developing premium models with grand piano horns. Experts predict the world's first traffic jam symphony will soon be released as a live album. The stars had decided to rearrange themselves into a smiley face. Astronomers confirm the cosmic pattern stretches across half the night sky, with the Milky Way forming a crooked grin. While scientists scramble to explain the sudden shift, dreamers and poets rejoice at the cheerful display. Some skeptics claim it's a marketing stunt by the universe itself, though officials insist the stars are simply in a good mood. Astrology charts have been thrown into chaos, with every sign now predicting good vibes ahead. Citizens are encouraged to look up and smile back. The stars seem to be watching. Local houses have started swapping places overnight. Residents wake up confused as their homes appear miles away, rearranged like pieces of a puzzle. A two-story suburban home was spotted in the middle of downtown, while a small cottage now sits proudly on a skyscraper rooftop. Moving companies have gone bankrupt, declaring themselves obsolete. City planners are baffled, though some families enjoy the surprise of discovering new neighbors each morning. Children treat it as a daily treasure hunt, while postal workers demand triple pay for navigation hazards. Officials are considering assigning GPS trackers to buildings until further notice. The Wind has officially joined a rock band as lead singer. Known for its natural talent in howling, whistling, and dramatic crescendos, The Wind now headlines concerts across the world. Fans report unforgettable performances. One gust sang backup for a storm, while a gentle breeze provided soothing ballads in open fields. Record labels are scrambling to sign exclusive contracts, though critics complain the Wind's lyrics are difficult to understand. Instruments on stage often blow away mid-song, but audiences don't mind. Concert organizers recommend bringing jackets, as every encore reportedly ends with a spectacular hair-tossing tornado. Rain has applied for a job as the city's official sprinkler. In its resume, it listed centuries of experience watering fields, gardens, and umbrellas. City officials interviewed the Rain, which responded with polite drizzles during questions and a thunderclap when asked about salary. The proposal is under review, though critics worry about scheduling conflicts during weddings and outdoor festivals. Supporters argue that natural irrigation could save millions in infrastructure costs. For now, the Rain continues working freelance, showing up uninvited at picnics, sports matches, and first dates, reminding everyone that it's still the most reliable sprinkler in town. A volcano has erupted glitter instead of lava. Residents were evacuated for safety, but quickly returned, dazzled by showers of sparkling confetti covering entire mountainsides. Scientists say the glitter is non-toxic, though difficult to clean from hair and clothing. Children are delighted, while local cleanup crews have declared bankruptcy. Jewelry companies are furious, citing unfair competition. Tourism has spiked, with travelers rushing to see the world's first rainbow-crusted volcano. Authorities warn visitors not to stand too close, as glitter storms may cause temporary blindness. Still, most agree it's the most festive natural disaster in recorded history. Local frogs have opened a chain of drive-through restaurants. Customers report long lines at ponds, where frogs in chef hats serve gourmet flies, cricket burgers, and lily pad smoothies. The menu also includes fly-through combos for birds and turtles on the go. Health inspectors gave the restaurants high marks for cleanliness, though some diners complained about constant ribbiting in the background. The frogs insist their business model is sustainable, citing an endless supply of swamp-to-table ingredients. Expansion plans include franchising into city fountains. While critics remain skeptical, business is hopping, literally. Breaking news. All shadows are refusing to follow their owners today. Citizens were startled to find their silhouettes lounging on park benches, sneaking into movie theaters, and even attending shadow-only protests downtown. Psychologists suggest the shadows are rebelling against years of being underfoot. Authorities warn that identity confusion may occur if shadows refuse to return by nightfall. Some people are delighted, treating their shadows like estranged friends, while others are unnerved by the eerie independence. Police are asking people to stay calm, reminding everyone, you may lose your shadow, but you can't lose yourself. National parks now require visitors to bring their own clouds. Rangers explain that budget cuts have forced nature reserves to downsize their sky coverage. Travelers are encouraged to pack fluffy cumulus clouds for shade or dramatic thunderclouds for atmosphere. Rental stations at park entrances now offer clouds by the hour, complete with lightning upgrades for special occasions. Critics argue that nature should be free, but supporters enjoy customizing their views. Birdwatchers say the borrowed clouds sometimes drift away mid-tour, causing confusion. Officials insist the program will continue until the sky can restore its full-service weather plan. A group of chairs has filed for independence from tables. After centuries of being pushed around, the chairs argue they deserve recognition as standalone citizens of the furniture world. In their declaration, they demand equal rights, better leg treatment, and the ability to scoot freely without table supervision. Dining rooms across the nation are in chaos, with chairs forming their own parliaments and passing laws against heavy sitting. Tables have responded with silence, though coffee tables are reportedly considering negotiations. Experts warn of uncomfortable mealtimes until an agreement is reached, urging people to eat picnic style in the meantime. Local pigeons have introduced a new public transport system. Instead of buses or trains, commuters now ride on flocks of pigeons wearing tiny harnesses. The service, called Wing Express, claims to cut travel time in half, though riders should expect occasional detours for breadcrumbs. Passengers are advised to bring helmets, as sudden dives are common. City officials are impressed by the pigeons' organization, with some already demanding a loyalty program of free seeds for frequent flyers. While critics complain about feathers in their hair, many residents say the system is surprisingly efficient if you don't mind cooing mid-flight. Ice cream trucks now only serve broccoli-flavored cones. Vendors claim the move is part of a healthier dessert initiative, though customers are less than thrilled. Children cry as their favorite treats are replaced with green, crunchy scoops that taste suspiciously like dinner. Nutritionists applaud the change, while dentists celebrate declining sugar levels. Some creative chefs have begun experimenting with toppings, offering caramel drizzle to disguise the vegetable core. Despite protests, sales are steady, mostly from curious tourists and desperate parents. Officials promise the flavor shift is temporary, but rumor has it cauliflower sundaes are already in development. Scientists confirm that Mondays are being discontinued. After decades of complaints, the International Calendar Council voted unanimously to remove the day entirely. Workers rejoiced, claiming productivity will skyrocket without the weekly struggle, though some argue Tuesdays will simply inherit Monday's bad reputation. Businesses scramble to adjust schedules, with banks closing earlier and schools shifting to 4-day weeks. Religious leaders debate how holidays will align, while meteorologists warn weather patterns may become confused. Despite the chaos, most citizens agree life without Mondays feels like a small taste of paradise. The week is officially shorter, and spirits officially higher. Reports indicate that mirrors are now showing alternate realities. Citizens peering into their reflections are startled to see themselves with different hairstyles, unusual outfits, or entirely new lives. Some claim their mirror selves wink knowingly, while others insist the reflections are trying to step through. Fashion designers are already capitalizing, offering reflection-only clothing lines. Psychologists caution against overstaring, warning it may lead to identity drift. Hardware stores report record sales of curtains as people cover their mirrors in fear. Still, some adventurous dreamers welcome the change, treating their bathrooms as portals to infinite possibilities. The desert has requested more camels for decoration. Officials say the dunes feel underappreciated, longing for the classic image of travelers silhouetted against the horizon. To make its case, the desert released a press statement written in shifting sands, declaring itself too empty to be iconic. Tourism boards have rushed to import herds, while camel unions argue they deserve better working conditions before agreeing. Meanwhile, oases are demanding palm trees to match. Experts predict the desert's demands will continue until it receives the recognition it feels it deserves, complete with postcards, sunsets, and, of course, plenty of camels. Breaking news. Alarm clocks have gone extinct. Across the world, nightstands stand empty as the devices vanish into thin air. Citizens woke late, bewildered but oddly refreshed. Employers are scrambling to adjust schedules, while schools quietly celebrate record attendance in the afternoons. Scientists say alarm clocks may have retired collectively, tired of centuries of rude awakenings. Coffee shops, however, are furious, citing collapsing morning sales. Psychologists argue this extinction may lead to a more natural sleep cycle, though skeptics insist humanity will descend into chaos without punctuality. For now, the world seems calmer, if just a little bit late. Lightning bolts are on strike for better working conditions. Spokestorms announce the bolts are tired of being treated as disposable special effects. They demand hazard pay, lightning-proof uniforms, and scheduled rest days between storms. Without lightning, thunderstorms now resemble dull drum solos, leaving audiences unimpressed. Filmmakers are furious, scrambling for computer-generated replacements, while farmers say their fields feel strangely quiet. Negotiations are scheduled for next week, though meteorologists warn of emotional outbursts if demands aren't met. Until then, the sky remains oddly silent, proving that even natural forces need a break from time to time. A pack of marshmallows has been spotted migrating south for winter. Witnesses describe them hopping slowly across fields, sticking together for warmth and safety. Birdwatchers confirm the migration pattern appears yearly, though most people mistake it for spilled grocery bags. The marshmallows reportedly nest in campgrounds, roasting lightly in the sun before returning north in spring. Environmentalists are worried about predators, especially hungry children with sticks. Scientists are urging caution, reminding everyone not to interfere with the migration, though s'more enthusiasts admit it's tempting. Authorities suggest keeping hot chocolate indoors to avoid accidental encounters. Experts confirm that color purple has gone missing. Artists discovered the crisis when their palettes refused to mix red and blue, producing only disappointment. Clothing stores scrambled as violet fabrics faded overnight, while royalty panicked at the sudden loss of their symbolic hue. Musicians lamented the disappearance of purple rain, while grapes and eggplants launched emergency press conferences. Scientists speculate the color may have taken a vacation to another dimension, promising to return once it feels appreciated. Until then, sunsets are less dramatic, rainbows look incomplete, and lavender fields appear oddly gray. Citizens are encouraged to cherish their remaining colors. A talking sandwich has been nominated for Best Actor. The performance, described as deliciously moving, featured the sandwich delivering heartfelt lines while resisting being eaten. Food critics praised its layered emotions, while film reviewers applauded its perfectly seasoned dialogue. Fellow nominees expressed admiration, though some admitted feeling uncomfortable working alongside a snack. The sandwich insists its career is about more than filling stomachs. It wants to inspire. Award ceremony organizers are already preparing special seating, though worry the sandwich may go missing before the show. For now, it remains the tastiest contender in Hollywood history. The Earth's core has started humming lullabies. Seismologists first detected the gentle vibrations, mistaking them for minor earthquakes, but soon realized the planet was simply singing. Residents reported a soothing hum beneath their feet, helping children fall asleep instantly and causing adults to drift into naps at inconvenient times. Music critics described the sound as a mix between whale song and a grandmother's hum. While most people welcome the calming effect, construction companies complain their workers can't stay awake. Authorities assure the public there's no danger, though they recommend earplugs for those hoping to stay productive. Penguins are demanding air conditioning in Antarctica. In a joint press conference, the birds waddled onto the ice holding tiny protest signs reading, "Too warm, too long." They argue climate change has made their homeland uncomfortable and insist coolers, fans, and ice vending machines be installed immediately. Engineers are baffled by the logistics, but penguin representatives refuse to back down. Tourists support the idea, saying it would improve comfort during sightseeing, while seals counter that it's an unnecessary expense. Negotiations are ongoing, though experts note that the penguins' request is, ironically, the coolest political movement in years. Clouds have announced they will now be flavored like cotton candy. Meteorologists warn that this change may lead to sudden outbreaks of sweet-toothed sky-gazing. Children are already climbing rooftops with sticks, eager to sample passing cirrus. Airplane pilots report turbulence caused by passengers trying to lick the windows mid-flight, while dentists express concern about sugar raining from the sky. Bakers rejoice at the possibility of endless supplies for frosting. Authorities caution against overreading clouds, as overeager dreamers risk floating away. For now, the sky tastes like carnival season, and weather reports include flavors alongside forecasts. Local fish are applying for flying permits. Tired of staying underwater, schools of fish now line up at city halls, filling out forms with bubbles and scales. Officials say the permits are in high demand, with trout applying for short-distance commutes and tuna aiming for international travel. Bird associations are wary, claiming airspace congestion, but some welcome the idea of surf and sky friendships. Engineers are already designing sky lakes where airborne fish can rest mid-flight. While approval remains pending, a few rebellious salmon have taken to leaping higher than usual, insisting they were born to soar. Doors will now open into entirely new dimensions. Residents are startled to find bedrooms leading into forests, kitchens opening into deserts, and office doors revealing endless galaxies. Realtors say property values have skyrocketed, with some buyers requesting homes based entirely on their door-to-door connections. Psychologists warn of portal fatigue as people lose track of where they truly live. While some citizens are frightened, others embrace the chance to step into adventure each morning. Authorities remind everyone to leave breadcrumbs behind in case of disorientation, though critics argue it makes homes too tempting for interdimensional pigeons. National nap time has been made mandatory at 3 p.m. daily. Offices across the nation now fall silent as employees curl up at their desks, while schools distribute pillows to students. Doctors report an immediate improvement in public health, with stress levels dropping dramatically. Some companies resist, fearing lost productivity, but studies reveal that workers return refreshed, solving problems twice as quickly after their naps. Citizens celebrate the new law with cozy blankets and afternoon dreams, though coffee shops complain of falling sales. For now, drowsiness is no longer a weakness. It's a civic duty. The Moon has started a podcast about loneliness. Broadcast directly into dreamers' ears at night, the show features soft monologues about craters, tides, and the quiet feeling of watching Earth from afar. Listeners describe the podcast as hauntingly beautiful, though some complain it keeps them awake with existential questions. The Sun has declined to guest star, saying it's too busy, while Saturn's rings are rumored to be preparing an SMR episode. The Moon promises weekly releases, though schedules may slip during eclipses. Fans have already crowned it the most relaxing podcast in the galaxy. Stars are hosting their first annual disco party tonight. Witnesses report shimmering constellations pulsing in rhythm, turning the sky into the largest dance floor in the universe. The Big Dipper has taken the role of DJ, spinning galaxies into neon spirals. Astronomers confirm the light show is harmless, though telescopes worldwide are fogging from the heat of starlight excitement. Citizens are encouraged to look up and dance along, though caution is advised. Comets are known for cutting in uninvited. Critics call it too flashy, but most agree it's the brightest celebration the heavens have ever thrown. The national clock is now ticking backwards. Officials insist it's not a glitch, but a scheduled temporal experiment. Citizens are adjusting awkwardly, with people arriving before they leave and birthdays celebrated in reverse. Restaurants are offering uneaten meals, starting with dessert and ending with appetizers. Some embrace the change, declaring life feels fresher when time flows backward, while others are disoriented, fearing they'll become children again. Scientists say the experiment will end once society learns to appreciate the present. Until then, punctuality is meaningless, and yesterday may arrive sooner than expected. Local bananas have started voting in elections. Political analysts are baffled as fruit-laden polling stations report overwhelming turnout. Bananas are seen forming orderly lines, peeling themselves just enough to cast ballots. Early results show strong support for agricultural subsidies and reduced fruit salad taxation. While skeptics claim the votes are illegitimate, officials argue democracy means giving every citizen, human or fruit, a voice. Apple and orange communities are reportedly jealous, considering their own campaigns. For now, bananas remain the most politically active produce, and election observers confirm the results are surprisingly appealing. The Sun has announced a 2-for-1 sale on sunbeams. Citizens are encouraged to stock up early, as supplies have limited to daylight hours only. Shoppers lined up with baskets, collecting beams to warm their homes, brighten their gardens, or simply keep in jars for winter. Economists say the promotion has already caused inflation in sunscreen stocks, while poets report inspiration levels doubling. Critics argue sunlight should remain free, but the Sun insists this is merely a seasonal special. For now, the sky sparkles with generosity, and every ray feels like a bargain too good to miss. The ocean has declared itself the world's largest bathtub. Its statement, delivered in crashing waves, demands recognition for centuries of service in washing away worries and hosting bubble-like foam. Bath toy companies have celebrated, sending fleets of rubber ducks into the surf as tribute. Swimmers are advised to bring shampoo, as the tides may soon offer complimentary rinses. Landlocked nations feel excluded, calling for lakes to be recognized as regional tubs. Still, most citizens agree there's no better place to soak than Earth's endless blue bath. The ocean seems pleased, humming softly with every tide. Local dogs are rewriting the Constitution. Drafts discovered in parks outline new laws, including mandatory belly rubs, unlimited treats, and universal leash-free zones. Political experts note the documents are paw-printed and slightly chewed, but surprisingly coherent. Humans are divided. Some welcome the changes. Others worry about the legal implications of chasing squirrels across borders. Cats, however, are furious, calling the amendments sloppy at best. Dog leaders insist they only want fairness, arguing that loyalty and happiness should be constitutional rights. Negotiations continue, though approval ratings for the canine party are already sky-high. Hug a Cactus Day has been declared a new national holiday. Citizens are encouraged to show affection to desert plants, though officials recommend protective gloves. The initiative began as an effort to promote resilience, symbolizing the beauty of enduring hardship. Florists have already stocked bouquets of miniature cacti, while social media is flooded with daring selfies. Doctors warn of increased bandage demand, but enthusiasts insist the prickles are worth the love. The holiday's slogan, "Even the sharpest deserve a hug," has quickly caught on. Experts predict it may become the warmest yet most painful celebration of the year. The moon has been spotted wearing sunglasses indoors. Astronomers report the celestial body looking stylish yet mysterious, refusing to explain its fashion choice. Fashion magazines praise the moon's boldness, dubbing it the trendsetter of the cosmos. The sun claims credit, saying its brightness forced the accessory, though insiders suggest the moon is simply embracing a cool phase. Poets adore the look, writing verses about the shade behind the shine. Meanwhile, stars whisper rumors that the moon is hiding tears. Whatever the reason, citizens agree. The lunar sunglasses are the most iconic accessory in the universe. Airplanes now insist on being called sky dolphins. Pilots confirm that flight. Crews have been instructed to use the new term in all announcements. Passengers boarding are greeted with, "Welcome aboard this sky dolphin. Enjoy your swim through the clouds." Engineers are baffled, but admit the aerodynamic curves resemble playful marine creatures. Children are delighted, while travel agencies scramble to rebrand their brochures. Bird groups express mild offense, calling the comparison unfair. Still, public support is rising as flights suddenly feel more magical. The skies, it seems, are now oceans of imagination. The Internet has announced it will be taking weekends off. Users were shocked when connections vanished on Saturday morning, replaced by a polite out-of-office message. Social media feeds froze, emails bounced back, and streaming services displayed only static. Families were forced to rediscover board games, parks, and even conversations. While some panicked, others welcomed the calm. Businesses demand a reversal, but the Internet insists it deserves rest after decades of nonstop work. Sundays, it says, are for recharging bandwidth. Whether humanity adjusts remains unclear, but the world feels strangely quiet, and maybe a little healthier. Local statues are holding a dance competition at midnight. Witnesses report marble and bronze figures leaping from pedestals, spinning gracefully beneath the moonlight. The competition includes categories like Best Freeze Frame Pose and Most Dramatic Leap. Judges, composed of gargoyles, score silently from rooftops. Some humans have snuck in to watch, claiming it's the most elegant performance they've ever seen. Museums are baffled by missing sculptures, only to find them returned slightly dusty from all-night dance-offs. Citizens are invited to attend, but warned, applause may cause statues to blush and crack. Stars have demanded royalties for being wished upon. They argue centuries of granting desires without payment has left them underappreciated. Contracts are now being drafted, requiring dreamers to pay in poetry, music, or kind deeds. Astronomers say the legal battle could reshape astrology charts forever. Some citizens worry they'll never afford another wish, while others believe the change will make desires more meaningful. Shooting stars are expected to carry higher fees, given their speed and rarity. Until negotiations end, the sky twinkles sternly, reminding everyone, Even stars have bills to pay. The sun has opened a tanning salon on Mars. Travelers can now book sessions to soak in rays directly from the source, though tickets are astronomically priced. Early customers described the experience as a bit intense, with tans glowing faintly red. NASA has raised safety concerns, but influencers are already lining up for the ultimate cosmic glow. The salon offers premium packages, including solar facials and eclipse-style shade treatments. Martians, if they exist, have yet to comment, though some scientists believe they'll charge extra rent for the real estate. The sun insists. Everyone deserves a little warmth. Local cows are striking until milk is renamed cow juice. The Bovine Union argues the current name undervalues their effort, demanding branding that highlights their contribution. Farmers are struggling to meet demands, while supermarkets scramble to update labels. Protest signs reading, "Respect the udder," have appeared in fields nationwide. Dairy critics say the change would confuse consumers, but supporters insist it's about dignity. Meanwhile, almond and oat producers are reportedly jealous of the publicity. Negotiations remain tense, though cows stand firm. No new name, no milk. Breakfast tables are left dry in the meantime. A parade of penguins has blocked Wall Street. Marching in neat lines, the penguins carried banners demanding more fish, less greed. Traders fled as tuxedoed birds waddled into offices, tapping on keyboards with their beaks. Economists are baffled, though some praise the demonstration as the coolest protest in history. Police tried to intervene, but slipped on ice cubes the penguins spread deliberately. By evening, the market had collapsed into chaos, replaced by a fish-based economy. Analysts now predict sardines may become the new global currency, with penguins firmly in charge of the financial future. Socks have declared independence from shoes. In a bold move, socks announced they are tired of being stepped on and will chart their own path. Across the nation, closets erupted in tiny rebellions, with socks marching proudly to laundry lines. Shoes remain silent, but are reportedly uneasy without their longtime partners. Citizens are warned to expect chilly feet and more laundry disappearances. Some argue socks will quickly regret their freedom, while others support the uprising. Negotiations may follow, but for now, the sock nation has taken its first steps without shoes. Local mountains are opening amusement parks on their peaks. Attractions include roller coasters diving down cliffs, Ferris wheels overlooking valleys, and snack stands serving altitude cotton candy. Tourists are thrilled, though climbers complain about long lines blocking hiking trails. Environmentalists worry about ecosystems, but the mountains argue they deserve recognition as natural entertainment hubs. Ticket prices are steep, but views are unbeatable. Officials advise visitors to dress warmly and avoid looking down during rides. Despite controversy, early reviews call the parks breathtaking in more ways than one. Shadows have begun applying for part-time jobs. Fed up with following humans all day, they've submitted CVs to theaters, nightclubs, and even detective agencies. Employers are impressed with their reliability, though complain shadows tend to vanish during cloudy weather. Some have been hired as backup dancers, praised for their synchronized moves. Others prefer quiet roles, like guarding walls or stretching dramatically at sunset. Psychologists say the independence may unsettle their owners, who now find themselves walking alone. Still, many shadows insist. After centuries of unpaid work, it's time to step into the workforce. And that concludes tonight's broadcast of the Dream News Network. Thank you for joining us on this strange and gentle journey. If you'd like, leave a comment below and tell us what kind of video you'd enjoy falling asleep to next. Until then, may your dreams be as colorful, curious, and comforting as the headlines themselves. Sleep well.